Hey guys, welcome to another video from Historic Militaria. Today we are looking at a couple of wood bombs, and we'll talk about these because these are a very interesting part of United States coastal defense that is a little known, and something that a lot of people may actually come across once in a while and wonder what in God's name this thing is. So this is a pair of aircraft float lights. Now, what on earth is an aircraft float light? I wondered the same thing when I first saw one of these. But these are actually a bomb-shaped, hand-launched projectile out of a plane. I believe hand-launched means it was just thrown. They're basically just flares. So this is weighted. This is a metal head with a wood body and just this sheet metal fins, and you had a long burning flare inside this. So you've got your actual, I believe something would detonate that there. I'm going to be honest, I'm really not positive how this would light. And then it would float down in the water like this, and you'd be burning right there, and it would float in the water, and that would mark where you had landed and where you had marked whatever you were marking. Now, the Australian War Museum does have one of these, so does the Smithsonian. The Smithsonian says it was just for drift sighting. The Australian War Museum says theirs was for locating downed pilots and used by the Australian Air Force and Navy. So, as I understand, these were used both for, you've got a downed plane, you've got a pilot that needs to be rescued, you'd mark his location. And also, oh, there's an enemy sub, there's something that needs to be potentially investigated, you'd mark it and you'd get your patrol craft out there to take a look. So, as you can see, this one is marked Aircraft Float Light Mark IV, and then the lot number, and then 842. That just stands for August 1942. And then I believe that's the maker of these. So GHB, I'm really not sure what that stands for in terms of which company. And this one, very similar. Aircraft Float Light, 1042, so October 1942. And GHB as well. These were actually manufactured from the mid-1930s up through World War II. They were used. So they were a fairly standard piece of U.S. equipment. Obviously, not a great deal survived. They're just wood. They're sheet metal. They're dropped in the ocean. The ones that survived were either not expended or washed up, frankly, and were picked up by a beachcomber. I don't know where either one of these came from. I know that they came from around the Pacific Northwest, so that kind of makes sense. There's a large naval presence there during World War II, and these were probably just dropped for training, or somebody thought they saw a Japanese submarine, or who knows what. But you can make up some great stories about it. But these were just pickups probably on the beach in Oregon or Washington State. But just a very interesting thing that you may come across if you collect militaria. Looks like a bomb, looks really dangerous, but they're absolutely harmless. They're not going to blow up. No explosives were ever in these. So these are very cool things that you can actually display and not worry about. And just hope that kind of shed some light on a little bit of a mysterious item and kind of a cool item that was a piece of American equipment, and also a lot of allies used as well. If you enjoy watching stuff like this, like and subscribe, and we'll be doing more firearms, militaria, helmets, ordnance, you name it. We'll try and do it. Thanks for watching.